In this episode of The Ben Shapiro Show, Ben Shapiro discusses the potential ban of TikTok in the United States due to its Chinese ownership and the national security risks associated with it. He explains that TikTok, created by the Chinese government, uses its sophisticated algorithm to push politically polarizing content in the U.S., particularly related to the LGBTQ community. Shapiro highlights the communist strategy of using social division to undermine the social fabric of the United States, drawing parallels to the Vietnam War. The House of Representatives has passed a bill that would force TikTok to divest its Chinese ownership, with bipartisan support. Representatives Mike Gallagher and Raja Krishnamurthy introduced the bill, emphasizing the national security threats posed by TikTok's ties to the Chinese Communist Party. The bill aims to protect American social media users from potential surveillance and influence operations by foreign adversaries. While there is bipartisan backing for the TikTok ban, some opposition comes from individuals like Senator Rand Paul, who raises concerns about property rights and due process. However, the majority of Congress recognizes the need to address the national security risks associated with Chinese ownership of TikTok. Notably, even Nancy Pelosi and Senator Ted Cruz support the ban, citing concerns about Chinese surveillance and propaganda on the platform. The bill now heads to the Senate, where it is likely to pass with bipartisan support. President Joe Biden has indicated that he would sign the bill into law if it reaches his desk. However, there are speculations about political influences, with reports of a Republican billionaire funding opposition to the ban, potentially swaying some libertarian Republicans. Joe Biden continues to face challenges in his presidency, particularly in addressing immigration issues. A recent poll shows that Biden's State of the Union address was perceived as divisive by a majority of independent voters. Additionally, Biden's support among Black, Latino, and Asian American voters has declined, creating vulnerabilities for him and the Democratic Party. The situation in Haiti adds to the immigration challenges, with a potential wave of migration expected due to the country's political instability and gang violence. The Coast Guard in Miami has been alerted to prepare for a possible influx of Haitian migrants, with concerns about processing and repatriation. The deteriorating conditions in Haiti are driving people to seek refuge in the U.S., posing a significant challenge for border security. In response to the potential migration crisis, the Department of Defense is monitoring the situation and preparing for maritime mass migration from Haiti. The focus is on preventing the parole of Haitian migrants into the U.S. and ensuring their repatriation back to Haiti. The discussion then shifts to the topic of executive action on the border. Karine Jean-Pierre, a spokesperson for the Biden administration, confirms that there will be no executive action taken on the border. Instead, the administration believes that comprehensive change can only come through bipartisan legislation. Shapiro points out the lack of progress on this front and criticizes the administration for not taking more decisive action. Next, Shapiro addresses the issue of inflation, highlighting comments made by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Yellen acknowledges the challenges posed by inflation, but emphasizes that the trend is improving. However, Shapiro questions the administration's handling of the economy and suggests that they need to do more to address rising costs. The conversation then turns to the legal challenges facing former President Donald Trump. Shapiro discusses the dismissal of charges in Georgia related to Trump's efforts to overturn the election results. He also mentions the ongoing case in Florida regarding classified documents, which could pose a significant threat to Trump. However, Shapiro notes that the media's focus on these legal battles may not have a significant impact on Trump's political future. Shapiro also criticizes the Republican Party for its handling of certain issues, such as Governor Kristi Noem's decision to appear in a dental commercial. He urges Republicans to avoid engaging in strange or unorthodox behavior that could detract from their credibility. The podcast concludes with a discussion about Congressman Ken Buck's decision to leave Congress. Buck expresses frustration with the current state of politics and the lack of meaningful progress in Congress. Shapiro sympathizes with Buck's decision and acknowledges the challenges facing lawmakers in the current political climate.